Alright, we're going to adapt our AlphaSmart Neo to take, well, to enable power to the printer port here so that we can plug in one of these plug-in LED lights and use it as a lamp over while we're typing. Because I'm tired of the Neo not having a backlight. So, one of the things we're going to do is open it up, and it takes T6 and T9. Here's the T6s and T9 Torx head screws. So let's start by taking those out. You'll need your special screwdriver for that, or screwdriver bits anyway. And let's hold open our and the reason we want to do this is because I'm frustrated with my AlphaSmart 3000. I tried to put a backlight inside the case and have the whole case glow, and I thought that might make things visible at night, but all it did was basically make things completely unreadable at night because the case was too bright, and it basically overwhelmed your eyes and made it impossible to see the keyboard or the screen. So we're going to focus on our Neo because I think it's a little easier to deal with this one, even though the screws are actually much harder to find bits for. The AlphaSmart 3000 uses Phillips head screws for everything, and it comes apart really easy. Everything's laid out real nice. There we go. A little tight. I've never opened up this machine, so it'll be a surprise what's in here. Let's see. Let's also take the batteries out. And while I'm in here, I should probably change the coin cell, because who knows when it was last changed. So we'll show you doing that too. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty easy. So, what we want to do is, because this doesn't have power to it, we're going to run power to it from the battery. We take the positive lead from the battery, which looks like it's right there. We're going to run it to the positive lead on the USB port, or USB-A. That's usually the printer port. So that'll be that pin. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's, ooh, look, Dragon Ball BZ. And there's the coin cell. So if we want to remove the coin cell and replace it, we should do that now. Let me go grab one. Pause. Okay, so while you're in your AlphaSmart Neo, you'll want to back up everything off of memory first, and because once you pull this cell out, it's going to erase everything on you have saved in the machine. So we will pop this out very carefully from the edge. Oh wait, we actually have to loosen this a little bit because there's a plastic bit right there that's going to block us from pulling that cell out. So we just loosen the screws a little bit. There are 4 here. They're the T6 Torx screws. And that one is stripped, I think. Why is it not? No, it's stripped. Or maybe my bit's stripped. No. Maybe it is slightly bigger than T6. Maybe. No, that's too small. Ah, there we go. It's T7. I don't know why they put a different one in there. Maybe it's not different. Maybe I'm just using a... Oh yeah, these are all T7. Sorry. T7, not T6. So we want to... Yeah, that's just a little lens. Want to lift up on the board and loosen the screws just enough to move this little plastic dealie out of the way. And then we can push out the cell. And the cell inside is a standard CR2032, same as is used in many computers and in the AlphaSmart Neos, the Danas, and the 3000 all back up their memory with a CR2032. And I don't know when this one was put in, but it was probably put in when the machine was made, which was, let's see, what's the date stamp on it? When was it made? It's a PCB Rev 6, Rev 18. What it says. Down here, the date code, if I can read it. Let's see, says, looks like it's 08 or it's 05. Can't really see. Let's see. Fourth month of 05. No, 08. Yeah, that's it. The arrow points that way. Okay. Fourth month of 08. Looks like this one was made. So, the coin cell's rated for 7 to 10 years in an AlphaSmart. So, yeah, it's getting pretty close to the end of its life. So we'll just go ahead and replace it. You can push the motherboard down again, tighten up your screws. And before I do that, I want to put this lens back in. There we go. Tighten up our screws. Unlike the AlphaSmart 3000, it doesn't look like the Neo has any fun silk screens on its motherboard, where the 3000 has a kind of a fun smiley face and a little greeting and the names of the designers printed on it, which is kind of a fun thing. So let's see, fourth month, 08. Alright, so what are we doing now? We're soldering. First thing we need to do is, let's move this out of the way, and let's tin our wire. We want to, so we get a good solder attachment. We want to put a little solder on our ends of our wires. The wire we're going to put in for our power lead. All right. Since I'm somewhat blind, I use a magnifying glass to make sure I did it right. And now that we have a nice wire, bring our AlphaSmart Neo back. And boy, these things are so light. I love the design on these things. We are going to let's see. Let's see if we can do this without munging up the socket too badly. Get some solder on there. Should we do it there? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe we should take the motherboard off and solder it from the other side. I think that might be a good idea. Yeah, that's much better. We'll take from this. Make sure. Yep. I guess there. Sure that we did that without crossing any of the streams. Okay, that's not quite touching the ground, but we should make sure it's not touching the ground. This ain't the greatest soldering job you're going to see in the world, but I think it'll do. That's positive. I guess 3. Yeah, I think that's good. So we'll wrap. Oh, nope, it wasn't good. Actually, let's do this right. Let's put a little bit of solder here on the then let's try to hook up our wire. Didn't cross the streams. Good, good, good. All right. I'm going to call that good. Let's check the 49th week of 2007 is when the display board was made. Let's see. No special prints on here. Not sure what that is. What does that look? Okay, that's just some sort of registration. So it looks like this one was made in about 2008, about the middle of 2008. All right. Let's go ahead and, before we do our solder, we can, here I am completely off camera, putting in screws. Oops. Yeah, let's move some stuff out of the way. There we go. Okay, I think I completely misinformed everybody. It's the T-7 Torx screw for these little screws. And here's a useful tip. When you're putting screws into a plastic screw hole, you always want to back it off until you hit the click, and then go forward. Then you're inside the threads. You know you're inside the threads. That will save you much trouble in cross-threading plastic, which happens quite often if you're not paying attention. So let's wrap this up a little. And let's attach it to this spot here. That's battery positive, I think, if I can read. Battery positive. We can also put it here. In fact, let's do that. Let's put it here since it's a little easier. We don't risk munging up the board. And this is the little connector for the rechargeable battery that generally you will not use once you've bought your Neo. There we go. Now we can get at this and move stuff out of the way of my soldering iron since I've got such a short cord. And let's go ahead and solder that on there. Okay. There we go. Now let's just wrap it all up. Get all the wires out of the path of the reassembly. All right, so we got a wire coming from here to the positive energy terminal or positive power terminal on the USB-A. And that should give us, and we've replaced our CR2032. Anything else? Nope. I don't believe so. I think we are good. We didn't unhook anything. Nope. All right. So now, we go ahead and put it back together. Or at least put a few screws in. Let's test it before we get too far into the thing. And like I said, you back off the screw until you feel the click of it dropping into the screw hole. And that's a little harder with very wide threads like this. But it keeps you from stripping out or cross-threading your plastic threads. So let's put one over here. See, it'll just drop into the hole. And put our batteries back in. Let's see if any magic smoke comes out. I doubt it, because batteries generally don't cause magic smoke. Ah! Okay, so we reset the memory because initializing. There we go. Notice I don't have much battery. This is actually at 40%. I've had these batteries in here for a long time. Now, let's try the magic thing. Hey, look at that. Ha 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 ha. Now, we can use these little USB gooseneck lamps. This one has 8 LEDs, so it's kind of a power-hungry one. But you can use like a 1 or 2 LED one to sufficiently light up the screen and keyboard without drawing too much power off the battery. Generally, these things are probably about 50 milliamps each, maybe less, these LEDs. So if you get one with just 1 or 2 LEDs on it, it's going to draw so little power that you probably won't even notice a change in the battery life. And there we go. It's independent of the power on the machine, or as far as the on-off button. And anytime you need it, you just plug it in, take it out, and you can use any of these USB-A type little overhead gooseneck lamps, and then you can power your AlphaSmart Neo. This works on the Neo and the Dana, although the Dana already has a backlight, so you probably don't need. So it's really for the Neo. And that makes me happy because now I have a long life AlphaSmart. Unlike the Dana, that has a nice backlight to it. And I think that's the end of the show. Let me just finish buttoning up this machine. And we'll say goodbye after that. I could probably edit all these. Well, I don't know. I might just stream it. Not stream it, but upload it. There we go. Telling you not to cross-thread it, and I almost cross-threaded this one. There we go. Nope. I did cross-thread it. Do what I say, folks. Don't do what I do. Let's see. Yeah, see the threads on these? They're really wide, so it is difficult to exactly tell where the threads are. But if you drop it in, it should go in real easy. Nope, where's my little one? There it is. These Torx heads, I think I might have misinformed you at the beginning of the film, or the show, are actually T-7 and T-9. T-7s, T-9s, Torx heads, or Torx heads. And so we have finished replacing our backup battery and installing power lead to our external USB-A, which is normally a printer port. Now I think you might think to yourself, well, now that you've applied power to the printer port, Can I still plug a printer in there? Well, I don't think anybody actually does, but I believe you can, because I think the data cables for printers basically do not connect to the power lead on the USB-A. But be extra careful. Find out for yourself. I'm not ever going to hook a printer up to mine, so I don't think it'll damage your printer if you plug it in, but caveat emptor. Find out for yourself, hopefully by not burning up your printer, but I believe it'll still work. But now, it is a powered port. You can have your... Ta-da! And that's it. Thank you for watching.